Welcome to Talking Funny Cars. Your host, Buddy Hull, and boy, I have a special guest, Mr. Jeff Diehl, a.k.a. The Surfer. And just so you know, I've been trying to get this guy on my show for 2 years because he's got so much to talk about. Here he is, Jeff Diehl. Welcome to the show.
2 years? How come I didn't know?
Yeah. Well, you know now. Now you're here. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And I want to dive right into it. And, you know, we know you're the surfer. We know you have this love for surfing, but you also have a deep love for nitro funny cars. What got you into the nitro funny cars?
Well, that's a funny story. I was in this pits right here racing an alcohol dragster in like 1993.
Okay.
Flip-flops, 4-year-old kid, you know, raising them on my own. And I kept going down there going, man, they're only going to pay me $750 to qualify for this alcohol car. I go, man, I can't afford the air and the tires, right? So we were trying, and I kept going to the nitro pits, and I'd watch them. They'd run slower than me. And I'm like, they get $10,000? I go, those guys are stupid, but I'm going to go race one of those cars because I need the money.
Yeah.
So that's really what happened when my dad and I were
That's cool.
running the car then. And I go, I'm buying a funny car. And he goes, what? And he goes, alcohol? And I'm going, no, nitro. He went, oh, yeah, whatever. Right? So I sold the whole alcohol operation. I called my dad. I'm all, hey, I sold it, and I bought a nitro funny car from the East Coast. And he's all, well, what blower's on, a PSI or Whipple? I go, no, Roots, man, it's nitro.
Yeah.
He just went, whoa.
That's
and
cool.
That's it.
What year was that?
It was like in the 90s. It was probably like 93 was the last year, probably 93.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I was scared to run it, though.
Yeah.
And then I was watching because there wasn't diapers then and all the stuff. And I'm all,
the fire.
man, these guys are brave. Just headers falling off and
Yep.
on fire. And I stepped back, and a friend of mine got me a ride in a Nostalgia Top Fuel dragster. And I went and did that. So
I remember when you drove that car.
Yeah, the car just
Cheetah,
sat.
wasn't it?
No, it was a Jim Cullen. It was a silver.
Oh, okay.
Like a
Yeah,
P51,
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my opportunity to get behind. I didn't even sit behind the motor. I was in an alcohol dragster, you know. So all of a sudden, I got a funny car in the shop, and I'm like, man, I don't know about this thing.
Yep.
And I don't want it to blow up. And at the time, Spike Gore was helping me. He's like, yeah, we got to be careful. And I'm like, So anyway, that offer came across the board, and
Yep.
I'm going to go do this, right? And Brotherton had driven the car before, and he didn't like it. And he was a rear engine guy, you
Yep.
know? And he didn't really like it. And I went back there, and he got in my face in the car and just went, are you ready for this? And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just a little old front engine dragster. He goes, no, you're not ready for this.
Yep.
And he like took me in the car. He goes, we were at Kennedale Raceway, which is the scariest racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
You've
Been there. Oh, yeah.
There's no guardrails. There's
Nope.
grass in between the guardrails.
Yep.
And he goes, get in the car. We're going to go look. He goes, you get down to the end of this thing, and if the throttle's stuck, go in the grass and flip it over, because you're a dead man if you go into the trees, because
Yep.
it's trees.
That's all it
and
is
I'm
down
just
there.
like, all right, this is no joke. I got to get serious here, you
That's
know?
right.
And I went out there and stepped on the gas, you know, and I went like 300 feet in it, and they had the mag was in the back.
Yep.
And it said Mallory, you know, and I did all right. I went out there and did a burnout, and the fumes were crazy. I had an alcohol helmet on,
Yep.
and I couldn't breathe, and I'm just like, oh my God, trying to push backing up, you know,
Yep.
and backed up and hit the gas, and I got down there, and I went, yeah, I shifted it at 10 and 10, you know, from the alcohol
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
And I go, and all I can think right now is Mallory, because
Yeah, that's what you're looking at.
Take that sticker off, and
Yeah.
the Texans all right, you know, and Brother went, you're gonna be all right. you
That's
know?
right.
So that
That's
was
cool.
the real start of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, nitro and
Yeah.
the front engine thing was probably the most trainable thing for funny cars that I ever did.
Yeah.
Because of the weight to the tire size to the power.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever driven one, but they are.
I have.
They're squirrely.
They are.
Yeah, they're not like our funny cars.
Nope.
They are. You really got to be on your game.
Yep.
And
They're
get it-
floppy. I
get
call
it
them floppy.
done, and you can't see anything.
Yep.
All you see, like I used to see across, because I'm so big, I'd lower everything in the car. And actually that car, I was so big, I kind of lied to the guy. He called me, he goes, I knew who built the car. And I called the guy and go, hey, what's that car built for? And he goes, it's built for a 185-pound guy that's 6'2". So the guy called me. Before he called me, Jim Cole, he goes, hey, what's your size? I'm all, 6'2", 185. He goes,
Yeah, perfect size.
He goes, you'll fit, right?
Yeah.
So I go back there and I'm just like, I'm 215, 6'5", because I was taller then. I'm shorter now. But I get back there and the car, I didn't know the car was built for him. I get off the plane and he's like, how tall are you? I'm all, 6'5".
Yeah.
He goes, how much do you weigh? I'm all, 215. So actually the joke when I started driving that car, he goes, well, I brought your meal for the day. He brought me a can of applesauce and a 6-pack of Bud Light.
That's all you get.
But I couldn't even drive it, so I had to turn the steering wheel sideways in it, and he just
because your legs were in the way.
I go, I don't even know how I'm going to drive it. But then he's like, I go, just turn it. And I go, start it. Let's go.
Made it work.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the nitro mess.
That's what makes a good funny car driver, right?
Yeah.
A guy that can learn that way and compensate. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know all those stories. I mean, I knew you drove one, but
I
didn't
drove
know
a
that's how you
bunch,
started.
actually. I drove for 5 different people,
Yeah.
So
I knew you drove them. And then fuel altereds. I know you drove fuel altereds. You had the witch doctor.
What happened was I never owned a front engine car, and then when I went through my thing of driving for different people, and they fire you, whatever. We don't get along, you get mad, whatever. And then I got back to my funny car that was in my shop, and in that time, funny car went from a 620 coasting in for 10,000 having to run 5 flat.
Yeah.
To get in, and I went, oh shit!
Changed everything.
What am I going to do here? And I just went, and then a friend of mine said something about a fuel alter, and I'm like, those guys are idiots. Those guys, I used to watch them when I was 12 years old, go run to watch Nanook and all those guys run, right?
Yep.
Just to the fence at Orange County, just oh my God, the fuel alters, changing lanes. I go, I'd never drive one of those, And then my buddy's all, no, it's better now. Your car's 125. So I went off and built this car. Because that's me, I had no money, so I built the body and wanted to look cool and painted it and put wings on it and just really got after building the thing, and went out and ran that for a while and learned about that too. It was crazy. The first time I drove it, we went to Boise for the Night Fire Nationals. I went to Palmdale and hit the gas in it twice and just went, oh shit.
It's a lot of race car.
There's a lot, Yeah. And then I go, okay. And then me and Spike Gore and I went to Boise, right? And we would go to get in the water at Boise. You been to Boise?
Oh yeah.
And it's like a hard turn to get in. And we couldn't even turn the wheels. They were like, I go, I can't turn it. And he's like, and got me straight. And I'm all, oh man.
Here we go.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
And I hit the gas and then went out there and shook, right? And then I stepped off and went, oh man, it shook. And usually you're off the hook at that point. I went, wait a minute, they pay you on performance. So Spike and I used to be like, money, 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 money.
Yeah.
So I stood on the gas and it picked the front end up and it carried the wheels down the guardrail, all the way down the guardrail, went straight as an arrow. And we came up back on the back grandstand. It was like standing ovation.
People loving it.
I'm all, what are those guys doing? Lisa's all, whatever, Jeff. That was crazy. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Jeff, we all want to know, outside of you're a surfer, how did you get the name?
Well, that goes back to that first top fuel front engine dragster I drove. Jim Cullen called Pete Kaiser and asked him, hey, we need a nickname on the car. All the cars were named back in the day. And Pete Kaiser said, call him Bob's Big Boy because of his hair or whatever.
Yep.
And then Pete's all, no, he's just joking or whatever. And then he goes, he surfs every day. Why don't you go? And then I came back to Texas and it said the surfer on the car. And I went, take that off, man. Those guys were from the 60s, man. You know?
Sorokin.
Yep. And he's just like, nah, let's just leave it on because he's a Texan. He had a Californian driving. And that's where it came from. And I tried to can it a couple times. I'm just like, man. And when I drove his car, I painted a helmet, an open face helmet with a gas mask, all flower print, And I did it for a while, and then I just went, let's just go back to Jeff or whatever, And I took it off, and people were like, what's the deal? Why's that gone?
They liked it.
And my wife said, you got to put it back on. So that's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
The name.
Yeah,
but
it's stuck, obviously.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
You're a surfer for life.
Yeah.
We've talked off camera, and I want to talk surfing a little bit because, and I want the world to know about what you were doing in junior high and high school with surfing. I've heard some of these stories and they crack me up.
Well, I grew up in San Clemente, so I mean, our school was probably less than 2 miles to the beach, And then I lived at the beach, and anything east of I-5, which is a real narrow spot in San Clemente, it's like, 4 or 5 miles. It's we said there was no life past the 5 on the other side. We wouldn't even go to parties over there most of the time. We're not even going because there's nothing over there.
Nothing over there.
Until we figured out there was girls over there, But so surfing, I lived kind of by Doheny, and that's kind of where I learned to surf, and it was just, there was nothing better than being at the beach, holding the fence. Or I didn't need a car. I didn't even really need a car till I was like 17 years old because I didn't want the responsibility for one, and the waves were good, So in school, we would go to school, and then we would go check the waves, then we'd try to make it to school, and then it was open campus, so we would just leave, and it was just a different thing back then, academically, if you had a decent personality and the cops weren't arresting you, they would just push you on to the next grade.
Next grade,
And you'd kind of do the homework, and I was terrible at it, but, so that's where the love for surfing my whole life, with Laguna Beach has come from,
So. That's cool. So let's compare surfing to your nitro funny car.
There's a lot of parallels.
Yeah, we want to hear about them.
Well, as you get more into surfing, you take on bigger risks.
Yeah.
And you surf bigger waves and more fierce conditions, and you have to be calculated. You can't just go out there and I'm gonna go surf. This is great. No, you go surf 15-foot waves, 10-foot waves with rip currents, and I mean, I got sucked out like a half a mile to sea one time to learn about. Like 4 or 5 of us were just swimming one day, ditching school and hanging out. We went to body surf some shore breaks, and the swell came on, and we got sucked out like a half a mile in a riptide.
Oof.
And I was there was like 5 of us, and I was the second to the last guy, and they got out, and they're like, swim sideways, and then the last kid was out there, and he's all, come save me. I'm like, I got out of it. I'm like, man, swim sideways.
Yeah.
And we all got in, and we all went back to school that day for sure. It was like, ooh, that was bad.
Yeah, we learned our lessons that day.
So you have to have a mental thing for surfing if you're into it. Like surfing's a lifestyle. It's like drag racing. Like you got to watch the tide. You got to watch. I was my own weather dude back then because there was none of what they have today. You just look at Surfline and go, oh, the waves are good. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Back then you had to. We listened to old boat weather reporters with swells coming in and looking at all the swirls in the newspaper and trying to figure out, learning about it. So it's not easy. Surfing's not. It's very complicated.
It's very physical as well.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. That's a good
So it's
thing.
driving a nitro funny car. Let's be real.
And owning one.
Yeah, owning one too. All of it, right? It's all physical. It's all something. And I think that from because surfing is a sport, right? I mean, you're a true athlete. I mean, to me, like surfing is an endurance sport. It's a skill sport. It's all the things. I don't think the world knows how much of an endurance sport nitro funny car drivers. It really is. I mean, you're a guy that works on the car too. So I want to talk a little bit about what that day looks like. Obviously, you're paddling your board all day, but then you're also working on your car all day. So what are the comparisons? How do they line up?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. It's a workout mentally, physically. You know, beating on it. I mean, I've this funny car thing. I don't know. It's got a hold of me. Yeah. And I mean, I've built my own cars.
Yep.
Just whatever,
Yeah, you've done it all, man. Yeah. Like you've done it all. I remember, this was in Chicago. I was helping a top alcohol team. I think it was Chicago. I think Shortall was your crew chief, and I remember a header coming off in the car. Was that Chicago?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Header came off, the car is off the ground, and all that stuff. I remember all that, and I remember, I had walked by your pits that day, and I just saw, everybody working on, taking what good parts were off the car. Yeah. I remember that. That was, how long ago was that? That was a long time ago.
Man, that was like 2009 or something.
Yeah.
That was
a lot of work.
That was like the first, me and Tony got in a Kodiak and went on the road with no money, and we almost did every race.
Yeah, I remember that.
I crashed twice that year. I had that happened, the header fell off, and then I went to, actually, Richard Hartman helped me fix my funny car.
Yep.
And I went and did the rest of the season and ended up at Vegas, and the throttle stuck, and I hit the wall at Vegas. So
I don't remember that one, but I remember your sponsor. It was Rims One.
Yeah, Rims One.
Yeah, I have a really good memory for stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
I got that guy a lot of ink. He should still be helping us.
Yeah, just because of that one wreck.
Oh no! When we put the body on, and we went to North Carolina, and my mom lives in Atlanta. I hadn't seen her that much. I'm like, you got to come to the races. So she comes to the races, and she brings a friend. And I'm getting in the car, and I see her at the fence. And I go, oh, there's my mom. Hang on. So my mom, come on, this is a rush, because she grew up with my dad.
Yep.
My dad raced. And come on, get in the grandstands. I'll get in the, 4 wide. And I go out there, and I stand on the gas and go about 200 feet and blow the body 300 foot in the air, right? And my mom is just going, she's shaking her head, right? And the lady she brought never been to races. And she's like, oh, stomach ache. Oh, my God, is your son all right? And my mom goes, let me tell you something about Jeff. He's down there cussing. And wondering if this body on the starting line is fixable.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was Rims 1 too, and that was like on the front page of North Carolina newspaper, upside down.
Yep.
So yeah.
So far, we've talked about what it's like to go on a wild ride in a nitro funny car, or a fuel altered, or a nostalgia top fuel car. But what I want to talk about is, Jeff, what's going through the mind and what's the body doing? Like when a header blows off on the Rims 1 nitro funny car, and that thing's in the air, and you're wheeling it, and you're seeing the guardrail. What's going on?
Yeah, just trying to stay ahead of it and take care of business so you don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just like surfing, though. Same thing. You like got to pay attention to your board, and you know, like a 15-foot wave will come in or something, and like the next wave's in like 17 seconds because the spread. There's a lot to the same stuff with surfing,
Yeah.
And you're counting, like I'll get held down on the bottom and just be bouncing off the bottom of the ocean and trying not to get hung up in rocks, and the whole time counting 17 seconds because you want to get a breath of air before the next wave takes you to the bottoms.
Yeah.
And a funny car is the same thing, man.
Same thing, survival.
Oh, man, it's the same thing. It's just like everything's like, you hear all the funny car guys talk, and every run is like an hour long.
They all are.
It's
2 hours,
like
3 hours.
Your brain's going click, 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 because it's so intense that you have to slow it down to deal with it. You know?
You do.
And like lately, this year, it's been rough. And we make a run, and I come back, and my guys, they think it's funny. I'm all, hey, check engine light was on the right side, because it was on fire on the right side. And they're just like, what, check engine? And they're like,
the little window.
The little window was like, that's going to blow up. But, sometimes, like, if you're not in, like at Vegas, you'd keep your foot on it.
That's right.
Drive her down there and just go, it must be a head gasket. And you start knowing the issues that happen and dealing with it,
Yeah. You get to, what I say, you get all the feels. You know what's going on. You know how far you can push, or at least you think you can do.
Yeah, at least you think you can do, It's just, and then the pressure is insane, like qualifying. I haven't done that good this year, so it makes you a little more like, that blow up in Seattle should have never happened. I shouldn't have stayed on it so long. It made a big move and moved over, and I'm like, okay, I'm not in the other lane. I think it's okay, and it put 2 holes out because I'm out of the groove, and then, but boom, and my ears are still ringing.
Yeah,
it's like I've seen Ted Nugent front row. I mean, you had a wild one too.
They go boom, man.
Oh man.
People can't imagine until they've done it what the concussion's like.
Oh yeah. My ears are ringing right now.
That's it. Tinnitus, right? Yeah. It's because of all that instant concussion.
Yeah.
So, and with all that, I know over the years, like I've watched your career, and you've had some incredible support. Yeah. But one thing I'll tell you that I've seen out of Speed Tech is the involvement, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
He
has
level.
Yeah, it's cool, man. He brings cars out to the track. I mean, he's had pulling tractors out to the track. I want to talk a little bit about Kevin and about Speed Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely into it.
He's into it, huh?
He brings a new life to it. It's like you go through these things, and I'm quitting all the time. I'm like, I'm done with this just because of the frustration,
Yeah.
And Kevin brought a new thing, came around the corner. Not to say that all my other people, every sponsor that helped me, they're friends. Yep. They're not sponsors.
That's right.
They're
I understand that.
It's good to have their name out there, but it's a friendship thing, And Kevin he saw it early too. Like he's like, I like you,
Isn't that cool?
But we would like to step up.
Sure.
And I'm at this frontier where I can't step up unless I have more help.
That's
I
right.
have a lot of good help, and I have a lot of good people around me. But the sad thing is, this is a money game too.
It is.
And we would, we really feel like we can step up and do it.
You can.
We just got to find the right trajectory to get there and just go do it.
We've seen you run 90s.
Yeah.
We've seen you do that, and we've seen you do it consistently. I mean, last year, I watched your car run low mid 90s.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like back to back to back.
80s.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So,
Here, what did it run here last year?
I don't know.
Ran good.
Did it?
That's all I know.
Yeah. It's tried.
good.
It's made some, I kept running that 4 flat, 4 flat, 4 flat. And Shortall finally at Vegas, he's all, "You done running 4 flat?" And I'm like, yeah, why, yeah. He's all, "Drive it past the finish line." And I just have this first cone, click it, I already got the chutes out, good enough, we got our money, let's move on,
Keep driving it.
And once you get to that point, those spots are so hard to win at that you start looking at it like catching good waves when it's glassy. It's the same thing. It's like, we need to try and be number 13 so we have a little bit better a shot when we're not racing the baddest car in the land first round every time. And those guys don't lay down for me.
That's right.
Ever.
Yeah. Race number 3 or number 4 rather than number 1 or number 2.
Yeah, they always run and I applaud them, because if they went out there and ran 405, I'd be like, jerks.
That's right.
But when they run 387 next to me, I'm just like,
yep, they earned it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay, Jeff, favorite funny car driver of all time?
Oh, man. What year?
I'm
old.
You just pick your favorite, man. Who's your favorite of all time?
Man. That puts me in a category where people don't want to hear it. But, I grew up at Lyons, Orange County, Carlsbad, Irwindale. So obviously, Goose and the Snake. They're up there. But I always liked Raymond Beadle. I always wanted he had these little buttons. Yeah, he always had these little buttons, and I was always down there trying to get them from him, and he's like, polish my wheels, no problem,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Raymond Beadle.
One of those guys would be definitely that era, but I have other ones like Jerry Tulliver and I are really good friends.
Oh yeah, California guy.
WWF.
That was a cool sponsorship deal.
Yeah. Very cool. So I got a bunch.
Yeah. Favorite track to race funny cars on?
Favorite track. Pomona.
Yeah.
It's throwdown.
Always.
And it's at home. And it's short. It's sketchy.
You got to pay attention.
Man, that sand trap, I drive long and I look down at the end and that sand trap is coming.
Close.
Oh, man.
It's close, isn't it?
Definitely Pomona.
Yep. Favorite funny car of all time?
Favorite funny car? What do you mean?
Like your favorite car. Like it could have been yours. It could have been Raymond Beadle's. It could have been the Goose's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely the CUDA, Don the Snake Prudhomme.
Oh, the CUDA. Oh yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
That was a cool era of funny cars. That was when funny cars had cool paint jobs.
That's when you should have raced.
I know.
I used to paint all my bodies.
100%.
Like quick story. I drove for Chuck Diehl in 2005, and I took a body in Chuck Diehl's funny cars, alcohol nitro guy. Were always just beautiful Carter painted. So I painted this car we block sanded. I went out there and blew the body off of that thing and just went, what am I doing?
After you spent hundreds of hours making it beautiful.
I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's cool. So, best funny car race that you can remember ever in your career?
Oh.
It don't have to be you in the car either. It could be like you were sitting in the stands or you were on the starting line or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I was at the last race of when they closed Lyons. I was like 12. And it was Snake in the final in the black car because he had blown the body off or something.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool.
Cool.
My mom let me stay up and watch it, so.
That's cool. Cool. Describe what it's like to drive the SpeedTech Nitro Funny Car in 15 seconds.
15. It's breathtaking. It takes your breath away.
Yep.
It's a wild ride, and nothing better than going 318 miles. I think I've been 318 miles an hour, but one of these days I'll go 330. But
yeah,
how fast have you been?
320.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. I don't
you just come in and make it look easy.
I don't make anything look easy.
Yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff the Surfer Diehl. Incredible show, incredible information, and don't forget to tune in to all the Talking Funny Cars with Buddy Hall on the NHRA channel, of course, YouTube, and all the other digital channels on your TV at home. Thank you so much.